How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Game Brigade. My name is Bryan, and we are doing the back or skip episode for today's show. If you are new to my series or my show, we do a bunch of things. We either talk about Kickstarters, we talk about retail games, basically board gaming in general. Back or skip is where we take a look at some of the campaigns that are most interesting for me in the last 2 weeks. We talk about whether or not I'm backing or skipping these titles. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe, like, and do all the things that YouTube asks you to do to help us take this channel further. If I can learn how to speak, that would be great. Let's go ahead and head on over to the first game. Castles of Burgundy Special Edition. I did a special Should You Back on this episode. Should You Back videos. We dive deep into a singular campaign, go through all of the details of that game, and then kind of give you my thoughts and opinions on it. I am currently backing this one. We have the Royal Pledge that I'm backing at. So if we go down here, not stretch goals, if I click on Royal Pledge, you can see that this is what I'm currently backing. And I'm doing that because I really wanted the acrylic tiles. I like the look of the acrylic tiles, and I enjoy playmats for the most part. So these two items were things I was looking at. If you were to add them up on the add-on section, it basically came to the same price as this, but you're going to be getting the sun drop on the miniatures as an added bonus. So it just made sense for me to get the Royal Pledge. If I were to recommend this to anyone who doesn't need those added things, I think the special edition, the gameplay all in, is probably where I would look at for €95. So this is one that I'm super excited for. I think that Awakened Realms has done a great job, really giving a homage to Castles of Burgundy, taking an already stellar game that's always been known for its lack of aesthetic design choices, and really elevating it up and not taking away from the quality of the gameplay already. So if you're looking for a deluxe copy of this game, or if you're new into Castles of Burgundy and this is a title you hadn't heard about, it's a great game. You can pick up the original for a relatively good price if you're not looking for the deluxified price. But I am interested in this one, so we're going to go and do that. The next one, the Sunnygeeks 1.5 Modular Gaming Table by Rathskellers. I have talked about on my page several times now that I am looking for a replacement table for the Origins board game table that you can't see, but it's right back here. I did a review on that table, basically said I wasn't happy with it, and I gave it like a 6 out of 10. So I'm obviously looking to replace it, and so I'm looking at the Sunnygeeks 1.5 by Rathskellers. Rathskellers sponsors Dice Tower, and Tom Vassell has been very, very adamant about how much he likes these tables and the quality of the build, and everything I've done in terms of my online research does appear that they make a very solid build. Now, the Sunnygeeks uses a magnet system. You can kind of see these magnets here. The only thing aesthetically I didn't care for were these cushioning pads, and really, what am I going to use these trays for? But I do like the modularity of the components, and what I'm really looking forward to using is the DM station here. I really want to dive into Dungeons and Dragons with my player group, and stuff like this that just makes DMing feel better and more regal, I guess. Just seems kind of interesting to me, and so I'm very, very excited about this table. So I am currently backing the Rathskellers Sunnygeeks 1.5. The biggest question at this point is the color options. Now, this is of course totally against what the video is normally about, because we're supposed to do dice, but I'm going to ask you guys for your opinion. What do you think between the stains here? What do you think about the maple stain, the cherry stain, and the walnut stain? I'll give you my impression, as I'm kind of interested in this cherry stain with metal legs. And then for the colors, what do you think about this Burgundy's Kiss? I think I might be in for Eternal Den right now, but I'm kind of digging this Burgundy. So why not throw it to the audience, see what you guys think before I finalize my pledge. So next one is The Breach, and this is by Ludus Magnus Studios, 43 hours to go. Now, this is, if you want some behind-the-scenes information, this is actually the third time I've had to record this video because we had some issues with the recording software. I believe it's all fixed. So unfortunately, the time has ticked down on a few campaigns here, so we're getting really low on some of these hours to go. So The Breach has 43 hours left to go in their campaign, and The Breach is basically it's a game where everyone is working against each other as they're trying to race to collect different types of data information, and then the game is trying to prevent you from doing that by being different types of firewalls and ice elements, which is part of programs to defend against your hacking attempts. I think this game is done a very good job of presenting a beautiful product, being somewhat unique, not totally unique, because they are competing against Tamashi from Awaken Realms Light, which had a very similar feel and aesthetic. But I think Ludus Magnus has done a pretty good. This looks like Watto. That's a play from probably Star Wars. I just noticed that actually. So anyways, am I backing this one? I'm actually not backing it. And there's a few reasons why. One, the price is a little high. I'd be looking at this 223 euros, about $240 US. And that is a little expensive for me. So I'm a little hesitant. But when I come on down to the shipping, this is actually what, unfortunately, is going to send me off. USA, 36 euros. So you're about looking about $40 shipping. So my all-in, you're looking at around $280 for this product. And it's just a steep hill to climb when I've already gone in on Tamashi. So I already took the gamble on Tamashi. And so that one is the one I backed. When we're talking about curating our collections and creating collections that are intentionally designed, I can't have too many games with too many crossovers, especially when I haven't played one of them to know if I like it or not. So I can't take this $300 dive into the breach, although I am very interested in. I think this would be one that I could see people being very, very happy with. The next one is RuneScape's Kingdoms, Shadow of Elvarg. So RuneScape, based on the MMO from like 15 years ago, was a game that was a little behind my time in terms of when I played a lot of MMOs. I played Star Wars Galaxies. I played World of Warcraft. I played pretty much everything, it feels like. And RuneScape was just a little bit behind me in terms of the demographic it targeted. But I do have a friend that played RuneScape. He still does. He's played it for forever, it seems like. So I sent him the campaign. I asked, hey, what do you think of this campaign? And he was actually super impressed with how well they've done in terms of bringing in some of the older quests, some of the more nostalgic quests, and giving players that kind of, a love letter to people who played RuneScape. Now, again, I'm not the target audience for this because, again, I didn't play RuneScape. I really think this is playing to people who are RuneScape players. And that's another problem because the gameplay looks very, very light to me. It doesn't look as engaging as I want it to be. This actually looks kind of boring. Overall, I watched the gameplay with Becca Scott. While the actors were having fun while playing, it just didn't seem like, maybe it's like one of those experiences like you're having fun because of the people you're with, but not because of the game. And so I'm probably going to be skipping on the RuneScape game, mostly because I also have so many other games that are competing for this dungeon crawler fantasy space. I don't know if you can see, but I've got Massive Darkness on the table that just arrived. We've got Oathswarm on the boat on the way, and then we have Chronicles of Drenagor will be shipping soon. So we've got three extremely large fantasy dungeon crawlers already coming. I don't think RuneScape would make the cut when I'm looking at those three as it is. So I'm currently holding off on RuneScape, and I don't know if I would even recommend this to people based on what else is available for the price. So if you were to get this game, I'd probably recommend waiting for retail, but that's my recommendation. Arcs by Leader Games. Arcs is a game which is a sci-fi game. We actually did a Should You Back on this video, so if you're looking for a deep dive on Arcs, I'd recommend watching that one as well. I had backed this project, and I actually just canceled my pledge about 48 hours ago. And why did I cancel my pledge? Well, for one, we were in here at this $100 mark, and for the Meeple version, and I was driving me nuts that they didn't do what Leader Games does, and that is the screen printed meeples. It really frustrated me that they're just leaving these blank and still charging $100. We're still paying a premium for the product. We're not getting as much product as we do when we look at other products from Leader Games. Now that's neither here nor there. Now you could take that, you can leave it. I get it, the costs have gone up. But one of the things that makes Leader Games titles so good is not only the art, but it's the aesthetic direction the game has taken by having the meeples be kind of iconic with their titles. And I really feel like they're kind of dropping the ball here. And I don't know why they chose to push meeple or minis for this game. Maybe it's because they feel like space games have minis all the time and they are trying to compete with that. But I just, they set themselves apart from all the other titles having screen printed meeples. I think they kind of dropped the ball on that one. The other thing is, I think the price at the $60 one is a good price. But I mentioned this in the Should You Back that this game was developed from the campaign level. So if you really want to get the true experience of what Arcs is presenting, you need to be at the base 100 level. It's just minimum. You have to start there. And I just don't know if I want to commit to that right now. I can pick this up at retail. There's nothing really exclusive about this. You can save yourself shipping. The only thing, and I mentioned this in the Should You Back, is you don't know what versions are going to be available at retail. And Leader Games have had a difficult time keeping stock available for people at retail. They do sell out quickly. At least Root and Vast and whatnot have sold out. So that is Arcs. The next one, we're going to be going over here. I was in the FAQ. First in Flight. I am currently backing this game. And First in Flight is a game that I just did a review for this game. And this is by Artana. But I also was going to say Genius Games, because Genius Games is who sent me the game. So I think they're combined. But basically, First in Flight is a push your luck gateway deck builder, tableau builder, and I think it's a great little game. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think a lot of people or younger people would really enjoy this game as they're learning about the concepts of deck building. And for a gateway game for my daughter and eventually her friends, I would love to play this. I had fun right now, so I don't see why I wouldn't have fun later. So I am backing this one right now, and that is First in Flight. Let's refresh this page because that video is played. So Aeons and Past and Future. Now I was actually a little surprised. I knew this was coming, but I just kind of shocked me that it was here already. Aeons End Past and Future. We just had the delivery for Aeons End, and it's a little annoying that they're putting spoiler stuff here for the Legacy game since I haven't finished that one yet. But we're just going to scroll on down. So what is Aeons End Past and Future? Well, this is a game. They're kind of still taking some elements of a Legacy, which is interesting. If you scroll on in here, you see they have envelopes and whatnot for this title, as well as stop decks, so you can go through as the progression tells you to. And this is going to be using elements of either you're going to go to the past or to the future in the Aeons End world. And they're using new elements with some of these cards from the available pool of selection of cards you can use. I like the idea. It says swap this card for Glowstone, and then Glowstone says swap this card for Illuminate. So you have some cards that when you play them, you're going to be powering it up or weakening the card. It's going to really change some of the deck building ideas. So I think that's really, really, really interesting. So I'm super excited for that one. The only thing here, and this is the reason why I'm hesitant to backing, I'd be looking at the encased fossil. It's $64 for this one, which is a fine price. I think for the amount of content you're getting, $64 is good. But if we come on down to shipping, this kind of threw me off. $20 for the $64 product. You're paying a third of the price in shipping. It's just crazy to me. For the weight and size of this game, it feels like it should be around $10 to $13. So I'm probably going to get this game, but the manner of how I get it will most likely not be through backing the project. I'm most likely going to be looking for a website like Boardlandia or someone who does Kickstarter backing for people and has either free shipping, and see if I can back it through them, or maybe my local game store will be backing it, because I want the game. I just don't know if I want to pay that $20 shipping price, because it's going to really, now you're looking at $90 or, total, or if I could learn how to do math, whatever. But still, it's expensive. And so I just yeah, so that's that. So we're gonna end this video. That was the last one I wanted to cover for the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this this session of back or skip. Hopefully it helped you guys. I'd like to know what you guys are doing. Are you backing or skipping any of these games? Anything that I missed that's currently on Kickstarter or Gamefound that you would recommend me taking a look at? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit me up. Oh, I forgot to mention update from, I should have done this earlier, Tiny Epic Vikings. It's because it's no longer available. It's no longer backed. I did end up backing Tiny Epic Vikings at the $25 level. So if you're interested in that, check it out. I was happy with Tiny Epic. So that's about it. I'm going to let you guys go. Peace out. Bye.